All right, big reversal today. A little bit of a downward move after finishing last week on a high note with that overbought cluster on the S&P 500. Small caps led the way to the downside today. Volatility jumped up. How much? We'll break that down. And then crude oil also made a little bit of a surprising move. If you want today's full market outlook breakdown, as well as the trade idea today, you can watch that at marketscholars.com. Use the link in the pinned comment or the description down below. All right, markets kicked off the week on a sour note. Stocks falling relatively sharply. You can see the big loser today was the Russell 2000, down more than 1.5%. That was the worst performance among the major indexes and signals growing risk aversion. The S&P 500 also almost dropped 1%, was actually down 1% near the lows of the day today, giving back some, not much, but some of last week's breakout to all-time highs gains. There was no bounce attempt. This steady selling throughout the day until at the very end of the day we had a little bit of a move higher into the close. Meanwhile, volatility moved higher, surging up to closer to 20 here, up 8%. It says only 1.77, but again, it's not counting this gap that you saw here on July the 4th. So it really was up about 8% today, almost to 18, highest closing level for a few days, going back to where we started last week after the gap down to the downside. At the same time, crude oil rallied again. Nice strong move there, up more than 2% today. That's a pretty decent move. It could signal that inflation might be starting to show a little pressure here, just as equity sentiment is showing its own cracks. Here we also saw bond yields tick higher. Actually got a bear tag on the market forecast chart. Pretty strong near-term pattern there, with the dollar strengthening slightly, showing slightly tightening financial conditions and putting a little bit of pressure on risk assets. So the tone today was clearly risk off, with volatility rising, breadth coming in line, and weakness in small caps pretty much confirming that. As always, if you find this this kind of breakdown useful, make sure you like today's video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you can get know when tomorrow's video gets posted, and share it with anybody else who watches videos like this. That really helps us get the word out there to everybody. What we're seeing today is a reversal of Friday's optimism. Right? Yields are pushing higher again. Looking at the 10-year yield, you can see getting above 4.3%, almost to 4.4%, and also having an impact on the dollar. When you take a look at the dollar, remember this, we're going to look at all three of these, yields and the dollar and commodities. The dollar pushing up higher today too. You can see gaining grounds, typically a sign that liquidity might be tightening, investors getting a little bit more defensive. At the same time, crude oil keeps climbing, up over 2% today, above the moving average here. But not all commodities, like copper, for example. If we take a look at copper, you think, okay, well, maybe copper rallied too, and it didn't. It fell for a third straight day, pretty significantly too. So that divergence shows that inflationary forces still remain, but growth expectations may be slipping a little today. And of course, volatility, right? Volatility we looked at is back, jumping over 8% today, confirming that we're shifting out of these calm summer sideways, oversold cluster, which you tend to get a lot of at these lows. Jumping out of this calmness and getting into a little bit more reactive price action and what typically is a low volatility time of year, but we're starting to head into a little bit of a higher one. So you put all of this together, you have rising yields, you have a stronger dollar, you have rising commodities, diverging commodities, in particular with crude oil being the one that's rallying, and a spiking VIX. That all paints a pretty clear picture for today that financial conditions tightened a little today. And that's usually a little bit of a headwind for stocks. All right, given this type of setup, there's an opportunity still here to lean into some strength, but you want to use a well-defined risk profile. So in the full market outlook video, I walked through a bullish trade, a little bit of a breakout setup here. including the chart, of course, and the option strategy, and of course, how to manage that position going forward. We also talk about key levels in the market and what to expect in the next few days before the week ends, and that full breakdown there from a broader market standpoint. It is posted at marketscholars.com, available for all of our subscribers, including our foundation tier members, Market Outlook Foundation tier members, to watch. To join that beginning tier, it's only $29 a month. Or you get 2 months for free if you do the $299 for the year. And you get instant access to not only today's Market Outlook full video, but also the Market Outlook live video where we take a look at the trade. We put the trade on before the market closes, and we manage all the previous trades. And they've been doing pretty well, as I tweeted out here last week. That's what we do during the Market Outlook live video. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe to that YouTube channel, like and share that comment, or like and share the video, comment on the video. Let me know what you're thinking. Have a great rest of your Monday night, everybody, and we'll see you all next time.